There we are. Okay, now, now it's Comedy Dish.
Co-starring Rick Wright and Stephen Allen Green.
Here we are.
Here we are. I keep meaning to edit those two things together, and then how are you, Rick? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Comedy Dish, the international, because we're on the internet like everyone else,
but extremely international this time.
But extremely today. We have I'm the flagship in Hollywood. You're the flagship in London, and our guest is in Germany.
Yeah, fantastic. So
we were just doing the pre-show thing, and neither one of us has spoken to Lois in the longest time, like 30 years. And what a great soul, what a funny person, what a good person.
I do believe, it's been probably 30 years for me, because she stopped being a regular at the Comedy Store in the early 90s, I think. So
voluntarily, I assume.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was plenty of other stuff she could do. She was writing for Roseanne at that time too. So that kept her plenty busy. But when she's back, when we have her on, I just want to reminisce of the time that I worked with her and Steve Moore at Comedy Store La Jolla, and that was just such a wonderful weekend, working with them that time, because they were so funny. They were so funny together.
They were, and individually. I mean, Steve. We'll talk about Steve, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh wow. Well, so here's what I'm doing in the background. I got this new computer. It was gifted to me, and camera's much better. It's a better computer. It's a laptop. But I only have the Firefox. I have the Firefox. So I'm having trouble with it with StreamYard because it won't let me hear the audio. So they told me to download Google Chrome, which I've done, and now I'm trying to open and install. But in the meantime, how are you? How's London? You guys have snow, right?
We had snow a week ago Sunday, and it lasted into Monday, but stayed on the ground until we got some rain on Friday, and it was just really, really cold. In some places it was minus 15 Celsius, which I think that's still above 0 Fahrenheit, but it's it was not pleasant. And suddenly I had to wear scarves and multi layers of clothing and so on. But it's
very cold, but it doesn't match the coldness of the woman who was at duty at the Citizens Advice Bureau in Notting Hill in 1999.
I wasn't there, but I get the gist. Yes. Do
you find British people? I'm find myself constantly arguing here that British people are really nice and friendly and great.
Well, there are some real obnoxious Brits. The latest target of hatred has been Jeremy Clarkson, because even though so many people hate Harry and Meghan, Jeremy Clarkson actually posted a thing on Twitter saying he's had this dream about seeing her being paraded through the streets of London naked with people throwing shit at her, which was meant to be a Game of Thrones reference. I didn't know that.
Wait, what was the quote that Jeremy Clarkson? Who did he say it about?
He said it about Meghan Markle. Because he
why? What was the context?
He was saying it because of the Netflix series that's been out, which is a lot more people have watched over here than over there.
Yeah. And I've heard about it here. We got billboards on Sunset touting it.
Yeah, and Maggie and I watched the first 2 episodes, and we liked it. We thought, what, you can't discount the fact that those two really do love each other, and that's you can't fault that. And
they tried to tear John and Yoko apart for the same thing. But if you notice, they never went after Adam and Eve. It seems to me like Adam and Eve were. Well, I don't think they were in love. They weren't married. They were just fuck partners, basically, right?
They just cohabited. They're friends with benefits. So
I don't even think they were friends. It's not like they went to high school together.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't take her to the prom or anything like that.
No, that would have been righteous for Adam to take Eve to the prom. And if Adam had asked Eve, "Would you go to the prom with me?" and then Eve turned him down, Who's going to take the snake? Come on.
Yeah. Times were different then.
Exactly.
So, okay, somebody's posting something. I can't
What?
read it.
All right, so let's get into our show because our guest is.
Stick.
Hang on, there goes my computer. Okay, so our guest is on a time thing because I'll be honest, there's massive outages across Germany because of the internet. So she may cut out at any second, but she'll try to come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done this show, Rick, for going on 2 years now. We've had all sorts of great guests, and I am so looking forward to this show. This guest, one of the original comedy queens, stand-up comedy, paid regular at the Comedy Store, the original. When Mitzi was at her prime, she and her partner, Steve Moore, Lois Bromfield, I mean, she went on to write for Roseanne and all kinds of stuff, but she, in my opinion, embodied the bawdy, the risky, the insane, the and angry threads of comedy back then like no other. And I have to say, there's always these comics who become famous, right? And then there's everyone else who really kind of influences them if it wasn't for them. She's found a new life in Germany. She comes to Britain and does comedy. She does comedy in Germany. She's got a book. She's got 2 books. And we're going to talk about everything. So please welcome, if you will, the one, the only, Lois Bromfield.
Was that background enough for you?
It's just ridiculous. I just wanted to make me want to go to sleep. No, not that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that. I mean, because it was so nice. It's over. The whole show's over. I'm going to bed. That's very nice. You say the original, but weren't you there at the same time as me?
I got there in 81, but almost everyone else was there from like 75 or something.
1970. I got there in 1979. The whole strike never let me forget.
Yeah. And I think that my first time in La Jolla, it was with Rick and Ruby, and I think we were working with you.
I remember Rick and Ruby. What happened to Rick and Ruby?
Beginning of 81.
Yeah.
We stayed together until, full time until 1985. And then she decided to go back to school and get her PhD.
Oh, that's smart. Wow.
And she's been a college professor for over 30 years now.
You're kidding? You know what? It's so smart because otherwise you just stay in show business and it just goes away and it's done. It's over. Hey, I was going to ask you. I was there in 1970. I got there in 1979. Yeah. And I went to the Comedy Store and God, it was such a great place to perform. But I got to be honest with you. It was a great place to perform, but I think it's better over on this side of the world, honestly.
So do I.
British clubs are better. I think even the Berlin club, which is the Quatsch Comedy Club. Have you ever worked there? Either one of you guys ever?
I never worked in Germany. I worked in the Netherlands. I did a tour there, but I never got as far east.
God, this club in Berlin is so great. It's a big theater. It's owned by this big gay guy who's really popular, and I can't think of his name ever. And it's run by a British comic who actually speaks German. He's really tall, and his name is Christian Loy. I can't remember his last name. He's got like 7 last names, and it's a great club.
Did you ever meet or work with British comedian Earl Oaken, who works Germany quite a bit? No.
There's also a German comic who works in Britain a lot named Henning Venn, who has written for. I met him the same night I met Eddie Izzard because Henning was tutoring Eddie Izzard in how to do his whole act in German so that he could play.
Eddie Izzard is hugely famous, isn't he? A hugely famous comedian, Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, he's famous. He's done really well in America too. But I met him met him the same night I met Henning Venn, and that was in this little the King's Head. And did you ever in your times in London have you played the King's Head?
No, I've never been to the King's Head. I've been to the Comedy Store once, and it was okay. But this one other club I really love because it's it's really loud and everybody's crushed together and they're all drinking and they're all young. And for some reason, it just feels like it feels like a comedy club from New York in the 1970s. It's really rowdy. I like rowdy.
Was that it? Was it up the creek?
No, I played there. I hated that club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Backyard comedy club. But
I know. Yeah, Backyard Comedy Club.
I hated it.
I think it's run by Lee Mack.
Yeah, they're really nice. The crowd was terrible. Maybe I was terrible. I don't know. Could have just been both of us. I didn't have a good time there.
Yeah,
But
you missed
Miller's era. Yeah. But I don't really care. I just love. Oh, what happened to Steven? He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Keep it talking. He'll be back.
But anyway, so yeah, I mean, the comedy clubs are great in this part of the world. I had no idea they were this. They were so different because they're really different. And
I'm trying to remember if I haven't actually, I've done quite a few European comedy clubs, but never Germany. And I think the furthest east that I've gone is Switzerland, which was
what club did you do in Switzerland? What clubs in Switzerland?
All I remember is looking out the window, and it looked exactly like Lake Tahoe. There was just
I bet it did, yeah.
Big circular lake, right on the border of the club. But I just remember what was sad was that I only did the one night there, and then had to get on the plane and fly back to London the next day.
Wow. Hi, what happened to you? Did you go to the bathroom?
Well, and I wouldn't be ashamed of that, to be honest. No, of course not. No, I was trying to switch browsers because I was having a little trouble with this browser, and then what happened was I went to the other browser where I was, and as opposed to me being the master, I'm now a guest or administrator. So it's like when the computer says, "Hold on, buddy, you're just a guest." You go, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about?" So screw it.
But your glasses away too.
What was that?
You had glasses last time we saw you.
Yeah, you had glasses on.
I lost them when I was traveling through. Yeah, I do. And I also renamed myself in the other browser, Curly Eyebrow. I have no idea what's happening here.
Yeah, your eyebrows are really curly.
They're very curly, and and maybe I could do, because I grew this out, and because I got some mustache wax. I got really weird during the pandemic, and I did this whole Snidely Whiplash kind of steampunky thing.
You said Snidely Whiplash is so great, because I don't think there's any other person besides me who knows that reference.
Yeah, exactly. I love being arcane.
Yeah,
how did you know Snidely Whiplash?
Yeah, we watched Rocky and Bullwinkle as kids.
Yeah. Bullwinkle was Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle was brilliant.
Bullwinkle. Huh? And didn't he have a sidekick?
Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle, and then Snidely Whiplash was the sidekick of Dudley or he's the
Nemesis.
Nemesis, thank you. Of Dudley
Quick Draw McGraw. Quick Draw McGraw, you don't know because it's Canadian.
I know Quick Draw McGraw, sure.
That was a hand on
But I was okay. So in eighth grade, I was at percussion in the orchestra in Beverly Vista Elementary School, and we had timpanis. I had timpanis, and I figured out you could play George of the Jungle with E flat and B flat because you tune a timpani to a note. So it was like I would just before rehearsal, and the teacher's trying to get everybody serious and focused, and I'm going boom, 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 and everyone's like chuckling.
Great.
I bet the teacher didn't get it.
No.
Hey, Lois, this is something I want to ask you because it's on my mind.
I got this. First of all, I have to show you this before we do.
What's that? Oh wow!
On the tree, this is a little German guy who's.
Oh, that's a Christmas ornament, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know what his name is, but usually they have a smoker where the smoke comes out of their mouth.
Oh wow!
Smoke conscious here.
Christmas in Germany, that must be fun.
It is. A little Bavarian. I don't know. He's carrying a pack of dead animals or something. What the fuck he's carrying? I don't know what he's carrying. But this is our tree. I won't show it to you because it'll take too long, and I'll probably get cut off. This is my book cover. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the book after the break. And by the way, we do a pub quiz. Huh?
Don't take a long break because you never know what'll happen.
I know, but we're going to do Rick, we're going to do short pub quizzes. We're going to do a short pub quiz on this first one. In fact, let's do a pub quiz. Let's get right through it, and then we'll get back and we'll talk about the book. And
pub quizzes is what I've been doing in London for the last
okay.
year. So
And we do it, yeah. And so we got a little music thing here. Here we go. Pub quiz. All right, that's enough.
Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. These are mostly Christmassy questions that I'll be asking. In what Asian country has the tradition to eat KFC for Christmas dinner?
Japan.
Japan is the right answer. Yes. Had you ever heard that?
Look at Lois. Did you get the question? It's like, why? She's going, why do we need to know this? She's like,
I'm thinking, what are you guys nuts? Are you nuts? First of all, we're on 3 different time zones. I've never been so exhausted listening to 2 of you. Go ahead.
All right. Let's try this one. What European country is believed to have initiated the idea of Christmas trees?
It's got to be Germany.
It is Germany.
wow. Wow. Score 1-1.
And now a non-Christmas question.
Now a non. Okay.
Well, actually, no. Let's keep it there. Christmas cinema, Christmas movies. What was the name of the angel in It's a Wonderful Life? Who shows?
Clarence.
Right. Shit.
Sorry. All right, one more for Lois to catch up, and then we'll get to the book thing.
Okay.
You
Okay.
did that really fast. So go ahead.
Sorry, buzzed in.
This is a literature question. The Secret of the Old Clock from 1930 was the first in a long line of books featuring which teen detective?
Oh God.
Teen detective.
Teen detective.
American or British?
I guess these were American, but they're distributed worldwide.
Right.
I don't know there's a teen detective. I don't know. It's really.
Well, when you hear the name and go, oh yeah,
Nancy Drew.
Oh,
Nancy Drew.
Yeah, Nancy Drew. Fuck yes.
Yeah,
And she had a male counterpart, didn't she?
Yeah,
Oh.
Mr. Anyway.
Mr. Somebody. Yeah.
Okay, that's the first pub quiz. We're back.
I thought you said when you said pub quiz that you were going to go to a bar and have a camera guy go and ask people questions after they get drunk.
Yeah, they cut our budget on that, unfortunately. But this is,
You're though, right?
huh?
The pub quiz theme was actually recorded at my pub quiz.
Yeah. So Brian runs 2 pub quizzes weekly in London.
Oh, you do? I bet it's great when people get drunk.
Yeah, it's been really fun this week. A lot.
Tell me where you live so I can see you when I go there, or we can go to a
Gig together.
smart lunch or something.
Yeah, no, I'm in North London.
Well, I'd love to meet you in person.
Yeah, it's an area.
Lois, have you ever played? Sorry, go on, Rick. The area called.
Yeah, I live in Crouch Hill. It's right next to Crouch End, which is a really hip environment. A lot of comics live there, actually.
Wow, okay. That's great.
And our home club, I say myself because I'm booked when I get back. Downstairs to King's Head, the oldest comedy club in London, the best comedy club in
I'd
London.
love to see the King's Head. Yeah, I'd love to see that. I mean, I love being there. I don't care what I do when I'm there. If I don't care,
Yeah.
what I perform. That's where they published my book in London, in England. I sent out my synopsis, and they published this crappy little book. I mean, it's not crappy. It's little. It's just a little short story. The other book is bigger, better.
Do you have any plans to come out to London?
Yeah. I want to try and come out there in March.
March. Okay.
Maybe.
I would most likely be there. I'm talking now about coming out to the U.S. in February, but other than that, I'm pretty much here. I haven't been to the States since 2019.
Yeah.
So because travel has been a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope to.
I just love it. I love London. I went back to the U.S. in 2020, I guess, 19. I don't know what year it was. It was during the pandemic I went back. And it was fun. I love New York City. I don't go anywhere else. I just go to New York and see my friends and have a bagel and then come back. But London I really love. God, it's so great to leave the States and go live somewhere else. It really is nice. And you've done it. You've done it as well. So you know what it's like. Did this to you just now.
Yeah. I first moved here in 2003. But where I really decided I'm here to stay was because I moved here because I met someone and we got married, and I thought, okay, this will be my the final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, it's nice.
That marriage didn't last. We lasted 4 years and some change. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go back to the U.S. now. I'm all brokenhearted. But there was a part of me that just said, no, I think there's still reason to be here.
Well, what you got from the marriage is you got to stay in a great country. You got you're able to do that. So that's kind of good. But brokenhearted is bad. But you seem like a nice looking man. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, yeah, I've been in the relationship with someone for 7.5 years now. So,
okay, all right.
Yeah, I've come back just fine. So,
men recover faster from that stuff. Seems like.
Yeah, beautiful Irish woman. So,
nice.
Beautiful Irish blonde named Maggie O'Hagan.
Oh my God, she sounds great.
Yeah, just the name. Yes.
Yeah. Well, my partner's name is Andrea Kropf, and she's just she's just an amazing person. So I had so many girlfriends, and they were great, but this one is the top. So she's like the.
Yeah. How long you been together?
15 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We got together. Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long, but we've been together 15 years. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's it for me. So there's nobody better. I always we have fights. I'm going to go back to the U.S. No, you're not stupid. You're not going to go back to the U.S. What are you
No, you're not stupid. No, you're not stupid.
You're not stupid. You're staying here, you idiot. Shut up. Don't apologize. Shut the fuck up. You're an idiot, big Leslie.
Speaking of marriage, I was going to ask about your first husband. Because that was done so you could actually live in the U.S., right?
Yeah, I met him. Stevie Moore. Yeah, Sandra Bernhard actually introduced me to Steve Moore. I said I want to stay in the country. I don't want to go back to Canada. I want to stay in the States. And I said I have to get married. She said, "Oh, you should marry Steve Moore, honey. It'd be great." And that's all she said. And then she introduced me, and then Stevie and I became friends. And then weirdly, we ended up living on the same street together somehow. And then one day I went over to his apartment and asked him to marry me, and he was stoned out of his mind. He smoked pot every single day of his life. He smoked so much pot. And he said, okay. And I didn't remember saying okay. So when I came back and I said, well, we got to go to a lawyer. We got to do this and that. And he said, oh, yeah, okay, honey. What are we doing exactly? He kept forgetting what it was. And then we were married for a long time. And then when he was HIV positive, he wanted to get divorced because he didn't want to use up all my insurance. I was like, I don't care. You can use the insurance. That's what the insurance is there for. But Stevie was really self-destructive kind of guy. He just kind of, Stevie was a great guy, but he was sort of poor me. I'm not good enough for anything. And, he sort of folded in on himself a lot. And it's a shame because he was such a great guy. He was a really nice guy and smart and really lonely guy because he never had a boyfriend. And the gay men were gay men.
He never had a boyfriend?
No, they were such arrogant assholes, a lot of them. He wasn't pretty and he didn't have a nice body. And so they weren't interested. And it was like, you know what? Fucking grow up. He's a fabulous person. So, yeah, it's a lonely guy.
I think one of my favorite weekends in La Jolla was with working with the two of you. That had to be about 2000 or no, early 90s, I think.
Yeah. I love La Jolla. Oh, we did some things in La Jolla you wouldn't believe. I mean, we did so much stuff, just comic stuff, Oh, God.
Yeah, I remember you guys had some videos that you were showing on the screen there.
All kinds of nasty stuff. We did all kinds of terrible things. We actually burned furniture at a condo once in Sacramento. We got mad at the club owner for not paying us when he was supposed to pay us, and then the place was cold, so we took the chairs. Took apart a chair and a coffee table and just fucking burned it. I mean, it's like, what? How can you do that? Yeah.
Here we go. A little.
Oh, there we go. I was able to do this. I was listening and fiddling at the same time. Let's talk about this book. I haven't read it yet because I don't have it. But I'm going to send you some money and you're going to please, with much appreciation, mail me an autographed copy, as well as include the cliff notes because I just don't have time to read. But no, I'll read it, of course. You can read this I can't hear you. Can we hear you? Someone's muted.
No, it's not me.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Are you mute? I'm hearing everybody.
Let me see.
Yep. No, you.
Am I muted?
No, nobody's.
I can hear everybody. Can you?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I guess Stephen can't hear either of us.
Okay.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Can't hear you guys.
Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I think if I stop sharing, that might help. Can you hear me yet? Can I hear you?
We can hear you.
No.
We can hear you.
No. Shit.
Okay. Then let me just tell you that we can hear you.
I'm gonna have to leave. I'll be right back.
Oh shit! Fuck. Okay.
How many people are watching this podcast? Like 7? How many people are watching it?
We've had over 100 a few times. I guess we got a lot of people. Whenever we get a Comedy Store person, we usually do better.
Is that right?
A few, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have us. But you know what? I will send you a book, but I wanted to say this, even though he can't hear us. Okay. Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. You know what? Since you can't hear us, he can't hear us still. Stephen, he can't hear us.
Because he's shaking his head no.
Shit.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's bad.
We thought your connection was going to be the problem.
Yeah, what happened, do you think? Does he have just a bad...
It's a bad day.
Hello? Can't
Hello?
hear you.
Yeah.
If you can hear me, Rick, touch the top of your head. You can hear me, and I can't hear you. Why is that? Okay. It's a new computer, so maybe that's the problem. Can't be me.
No.
We've entered an age where we can just blame our technology rather than our stupidity.
I'll back soon because my
Rick, carry on the interview like I will. I'll try to figure this out. I do apologize, Lois.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, how long has it been? You've been in Germany now for.
I've been here 12 years. I've been here 12 years, and in the time I've been here, I've written 2 books, which is great. But I've done a lot of stand-up, and then writing books became sort of a thing because during the pandemic, I don't know, lots of people wrote books, I guess, but I've never written a book before because I only wrote TV. So TV is, you know what? The one book I wrote called My Dirty Life in Comedy is really funny. If you ever get a chance to, what are you doing out here? Oh, he has to go. You can come. It's okay. No, they're having trouble with your sound. My partner's coming out now.
So your book was called My Dirty Life in Comedy.
Life in Comedy, yeah, it's really funny. It's just all about how I went to New York and all the things that I did and all the stuff I did in Hollywood. And it's a lot of it is dirty. Lots of it like taking your clothes off and partying. And this is a whole story about Warren Beatty.
Called My Dirty
And a whole
Life
story
in
about
comedy. Yeah, it's really
all the stuff I did. So
Good.
it goes on Amazon.
Yeah. Well,
And then just,
what I've been hoping to do in the coming year is just condense, put all my blogs together in one book. I used to write them about once a week, but now I've kind of cooled off to about once a month. But it's also because I've started running out of anecdotes of celebrities I've met and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you read other stuff. Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, it's the same. That's why it's great to write a book and just get it out there and you don't have to talk about it ever again. Because this is what I did. So now my next book is fiction. I want to write about families, about 6 different families. But
my brother has just called. I better. Yeah. Hi, I'm actually doing a podcast right now.
This is the most organized podcast I've ever done.
We're doing it early tonight because our guest is in Germany. So call me in about an hour. Yeah, another hour. Oh, okay, cool. All right, bye. Yeah, well, that's never happened.
Yeah, you guys, does this always happen to you when you do a podcast?
Well, we've had all sorts of technical stuff, but it's usually been on the guest's end.
Oh, really?
Does this always happen to you when you do a podcast?
Oh, no, I'm hearing stuff later. Bring it back. No. We've had nights where we've had to just not bother with the show at all because connection. So He's putting it out.
We've had to just not bother to show it all because it actually.
Yes, hello. Oh, la-di-da.
Rick, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm switching computers.
Okay.
No, Lois, I got a gift. Someone gave me a laptop I needed. Rick, can you hear me? She's gone. Okay, so I'm switching computers. No, Lois,
Well, hopefully she hasn't left the entire.
Where's Lois?
She's gone.
Has she left? She said she was good for only 40 minutes. We're at 37.
She left. She said she was good for only 40 minutes. We're at 37.
Yes. What is that?
I have no idea. This is really weird. She's pissed off.
I don't think she's pissed off.
This is really weird. She's pissed off.
I don't think she's pissed off.
Rick, ladies and gentlemen, we're obviously having some technical issues here. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the studio. We're going to close out this broadcast, and we're going to come back in. Lois, if you can hear me, we're going to come back in. Sorry about this.
Okay, I'll leave this.